Hey everyone, it's Suzanne Spooner, QHHT Level 3 practitioner in Des Moines, Iowa. Okay, so this is a full session that came from the short clip that I put out a few days ago, the 3i Atlas amplifier clip. This client, Vanessa, is so amazing. You all seem to like her. She's got this great Southern accent, and her high self is just a flipping hoot. So this is the full session that came from that short clip. And I'm so grateful that Vanessa is letting us share this with you. It's a fun clip because she doesn't go straight into a past life. It was really kind of fun. Her high self wanted to start and just go. So you'll hear as I'm starting in, I'm actually a little bit into the induction, and there's a place where the client is describing a beautiful place. For her, it actually went to a place in real life. She's connected to the Yurok Indians, and she went back to the land that she's visited that are still occupied by the Yurok Indians. And so I was kind of, filling this out, but as she's describing it, she starts describing a magical mist that's going over the land, which kind of tells me that she's not so much going back to a memory. There's something else going there. So you'll hear me maneuver just a little bit with her to see if she wants to stay here and explore, or she wants to go somewhere else, meaning onto a past life or another experience. But then her high self starts coming in, and there's no reason to go anywhere else. Let's just hang out with the high self. She had quite a few questions on her list. So that just gave us extra time. So this is about 2 hours of her amazing high self giving deep answers to her questions. It was so much fun to do. I think I'm going to call this one the game of life, because a couple places within her session, her high self starts describing this game of life that we're all in. Excuse me. And I think it's a beautiful explanation of helping us not get too tied into the daily highs and lows of our experience, and remember that there's more at play on a higher level to our crazy world, which I love. Okay, so going back and forth here from my session notes and her list of questions. You always know the questions are going to be good when the very first category that she puts up is called experiences and supernatural. So she's had some very wild experiences in her life, and she wanted more clarity on that, which is amazing. She has a beautiful wife, Tamra, and she goes into some questions about their connection. She had a really interesting beginning of her life. Her birth father and the father who raised her were not the same, but she did not find that out until later in life. And that answered a lot of her questions. She, like many people, felt throughout her childhood and her life that she didn't belong quite in her family, and just couldn't quite understand why that was until she found out that her birth father was someone different. That led her to finding out that she's part of the Yurok tribe, which her birth father was or is. And and then she explored that part of her life, going to visit the land and finding some of her relatives, and putting those connections together. It's really a beautiful story, and absolutely meant to be. It's amazing how the things that we feel are the biggest challenges in life are part of what we created to come in and learn from. Matter of fact, her high self said she chose to disconnect from this life, meaning not always feeling like she fit in to her family. This is where she starts talking about it's a game that the high cells create in order to learn from, and again, will, I hope, make sense for a lot of people that are listening to this. Her body scan goes into her knee, her left hip, which is of course all tied together, talked about her heart space being closed. Oh, and one other thing that we did that was really interesting, she's got 3 stepchildren. And we did what is in QHHT terms called a surrogate healing. So one of the children we learn had a past life with her, many actually. And in one of those lives, both of them, Vanessa and her stepson, were killed. And that traumatic death then is still being felt by both of them as physical ailments in their shoulders. So I asked if it would be appropriate to do a surrogate healing for the stepson who is complaining of discomfort there. And that surrogate healing, if you're not familiar with it, it's just kind of like high self going to high self and working that way to create healing. You can do surrogate healings for people that know that they're having the healings, for people that don't know they're having the healings. And again, nothing is ever done that overrides that other person's high self. If it's in their highest and best good, it can be done. And then the results are quite interesting to hear about. I've worked on people that or requested surrogate healings for people that knew that surrogate healing was being done on their behalf. Those that didn't, I think all but one of those, the high self said that it's all but one said it's in their high interest to go ahead and do the healing. So that was good. And one of the ones I loved the most was a client, a friend actually, that was in a coma and healing was given, and she benefited from that. So it's an amazing thing, you know, this field of energy that we're in, and there's really no limits, and it's amazing. So you'll get to hear that surrogate healing about 47 minutes or so into the actual session. Okay, what else can I tell you about this one? I think I'm just going to kind of let it go there. She has questions about Egypt and Lemuria and Atlantis and parallel versions of herself, which are so much fun. Oh, she has it, like, her questions are just so good. What's the biggest block or blind spot that is holding her back from living her dream life? That's great. How to move through it and let it go. Her high self just had so much information to get, which is hilarious. You'll hear this. She has in her conscious awakened aware state in real life, she has a beautiful, slow Southern drawl to her voice, to her cadence, and her high self spoke quite fast in relationships. You'll hear this at the beginning of her session. She's talking in that slower cadence. And then as the high self gets in and gets its footing, it really starts talking quite fast. I was teasing Vanessa that she has about 4 hours of information in a 2-hour session because she went so fast. But anyways, great session altogether. And then you'll hear it at the end, just kind of a topic du jour. I ask about the 3-eye atlas, and that was that information that was given on that short clip before. Okay, I think that's all I want to share with you right now. Thank you to all the new subscribers that have been coming in with that 3-eye atlas information, that and the clip before from the other client who had the request for all of us to help support 3-eye atlas and its work of consciousness that we're learning more about in the amplifier clip that is Vanessa's. Vanessa is a level 2 practitioner, and she is in Hot Springs, Arkansas, or Little Rock, Hot Springs, I think. I'm so sorry, Vanessa. I'm just spacing off. But she would love to have more clients and is working towards becoming a level 3 practitioner. So she needs more clients to get to that requirement to take the class. So I'm going to put her contact information, her website, and her YouTube channel, which is awesome. She does a lot of great clips, and you can subscribe to her and get her information. There's a bit of information about these sound baths that she does, and I think she's going to start putting some of those up on her channel. And her high self says that it is working through her in those gong baths to bring in the most amazing healing frequency. So I hope that she gets those up soon, and we can all benefit from that. All right, that's all I've got for you. And I hope you enjoy this beautiful full session of an amazing high self and learning about the game of life. All right. SuzanneSpooner.com is my website. Sarah Bressman Cosme and I are just getting together the new trip to Egypt. We're sold out for April, super sold out for April. But we'll be opening up September, probably, hopefully in the first couple weeks of November. Those fill up fast. So sign up at ancientlifetimes.com for the newsletter. Those are the people that get the first whiff of news that tour is open, and you can sign up for it. And don't wait if you really feel called to go to Egypt with Sarah and I and explore your past lives there. All right. I will talk to you later. Have a great day.
It's at Sumeg Village, where my tribe is from. It's a sacred place, and it's overlooking the Pacific Ocean. You can see the dark, like gray rocks on the cliff. You can see the water coming up, crashing on the gray rocks on the cliff. And then there's the village just to the back of me. It's surrounded with redwood trees.
Tell me more about the village.
You can see all the redwood plank houses, just like me and Tamara saw when we went out there. And there's like a fog and a mist in the air. You know, it just has this magical feeling here.
Oh my goodness.
And there's this one building that has a dugout portion, and my tribe does dances here and healings in this dugout portion.
Are there others there with you?
No, I'm just seeing it.
Yeah. Does this feel like a place you want to stay and explore more, or does it feel like you want to keep going?
I think this is a place that she likes to visit,
Okay.
and there might be something here, but I feel that there's something else.
Okay. All right. Well, that sounds fine. Wow. It sounds like a place she could really get away from it all, doesn't it?
Yeah, she's kind of upset because she lost these pictures in this place off her phone, but deep down she knows it's because she's supposed to go back there.
Okay. Well, that's it. Well, tell her more about why it's important for her to go back there.
She's supposed to connect.
Okay. And this is such a new part of her life, but really connects everything from her childhood up forward, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay.
This very healing place for her.
It is.
So healing.
Share with her all you can about her lineage and what's important for her to know now.
This is the reason why she's always felt out of place, because technically she has been out of place.
Right.
And she was meant to have all the experiences that she had as a child, but now it's time to find a home.
Okay.
And the real home's within.
Mm-hmm.
And she can go there anytime she wants. However, she's supposed to go back out to her tribe often.
And why is that important?
Because being on that land
Mm-hmm.
and the energy, it just heals her. Not only her physical, but her soul. It heals. It's very healing for her. So that's why she always like craves. She's like homesick because she's supposed to go back more often. Like we would love for her to go at least once a year.
Okay. She could probably do that.
She didn't get to go this year, but we wanted her to, but it just didn't work out.
Okay. So when she did go back, she even met family members.
Mhm.
Tell her about her connection to the family that's there.
Well, it's not just the family there. She's part of something so much bigger than what she really realizes. It's not just the Yurok people, it's something even bigger and grander than that.
What is it?
Well, she has this. She has a lot of connections, but in this life she chose to kind of separate herself from all the connections because she wanted to know what it felt like to be disconnected.
Oh my goodness.
Because it's all just part of the game, and she likes to play games a lot.
Okay.
She does. Like, she likes to play a lot of, like, board games, and she even says, like, she doesn't even have to win. She just likes to play the game.
Oh.
And so that's why her whole life she's been really, like, connected and aware of things. But there's moments that she tried to play the game and forget because she likes to play the game. Because this is all just really a game anyway.
Well, I was going to ask, what is your understanding of the game from your perspective?
Well, you know, in the higher realms, we kind of get bored, and because we are all knowing and we're present everywhere, and so we like, I guess not really fragment, but we like fractal off of the one, so that we can experience what it feels like to be not connected, to not be with one.
Oh, I see.
And so she really did that in this life.
She did. She didn't know that she had a different father until she was in her 40s.
Right. She always knew deep down. That's why she always felt disconnected with her dad
Right.
that raised her. But now she's really getting back to where she more of home, more of the oneness.
Right. Why was the time right for her to find out about her birth father and her connection to the Yurok Indians?
I think because her mom was on her way out, you know, and that was the importance of it was like she needed to find out before her mom completely was like crossed over.
Right.
And it helped her mom let go of a lot of like shame and guilt by her finding out, because Vanessa was able to like hold the space for her and without judgment, because she just wanted to know the truth. It wasn't about all the human emotions or all that crap. It doesn't matter.
Right.
It was just about the truth. And it helped her mom let go of a lot before she passed.
Wow. And she said that before her mom passed, she had that real scary health scare where she nearly died.
Yeah.
And that she says that her mom came back almost like a walk-in, just a whole different personality.
Yeah.
Can you share with her more about why her mom's personalities changed so much after that health issue?
Because she had gone through so much trauma in her life, she wore her body out. And I think it seems that her mom, that aspect of her mom, did leave in those moments, and there was like something going on when she was it was another aspect of her mom's soul, a higher part of her mom's soul, but it was having trouble going back, getting into the body, and that's why her mom coded so many times, because the higher aspect of her mom's soul had trouble going in that dense, like heavy-ass body.
Oh.
Because she'd wore it out. It was like an old, worn-out thing, and in the higher dimensional energy, it's like a mismatch. I can't even say mismatch. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so that's why she was like coding so many times, and they're trying to get her back, because that life force energy of her mom's soul was having trouble getting back in the body, because it was like, oh crap, it's so heavy, I can't. And so it's like it had to like lower its frequency more and more and more each time trying to get in.
Okay.
That makes sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. And because her mom was able to share her truth,
it helped her mom's soul evolve too.
but that's what I was going to ask.
Before she left.
Right. I was going to ask, how specifically did that help her mom?
Well, I mean, it helped her, like, in the grand scheme of things, I'm not exactly sure how it helped that individual soul, I guess, but it did help her mom evolve on her spiritual, like on her soul's journey.
Nice. And it even, that moment that she talked with her parents about her birth father,
Yeah.
even her father was emotional and loving towards her
Mm-hmm.
more than he had been normally.
Mm-hmm.
How did it help him for her to know the truth?
I think it helped him because he was carrying around that, like, burden of, like, keeping it secret. And that's a heavy burden to carry.
It is.
So it did help him, too. It did.
Okay.
But Vanessa, like, wanted to be raised by him. By her. She wanted to be raised by him. Because she wanted to know what that disconnect would feel like. Because she had that disconnect with him. But he's always, like, been there and helped her before, like, in her life. Always. Like, he's always loved her. But, like, it ain't the same as, like, her birth father.
Right. So why did her birth father and she pick this experience of not really knowing each other or about each other well, he knew about her probably, but...
Well, no, he didn't really, because he's kind of he's a very traumatized soul, like in this life.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's like trying to find a connection too, and he's finding the connections. He has found connections through, like, with women sexually. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because he doesn't have like a real depth connection with people.
Right.
And so, like, he has used like the connection of like physical sex and stuff to get a connection, but with many different women. That's why, there's multiple kids out there that didn't know that was just their dad.
Till they did the ancestry?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he has honestly kind of the same disconnect feeling that Vanessa's had.
Oh, interesting. Well, she wonders about him and about their connection. What else can you share?
She really wants to meet him in this life, but we don't know that that's going to happen before his time's up, because he's still not really taking care of himself. But we know she wants to. But it's going to come down to maybe if she can heal the divine masculine energy within her, which she's been doing.
Oh.
And he's the one that's been helping her do that.
Her son?
Yeah. And that's why she's now has a relationship with her old friend Philip again. And that's why he's finally able to, like, take him down to deer camp. And she didn't tell you any of this stuff, but she's got a closer relationship with more of her masculine friends again, because she's done more of her inner masculine work. inside her. So there might be a time that if she keeps on the path, that it might match up before he passes, but we don't know because, like I said, he's not really taking good care of himself.
Okay.
So we can't really say for sure. It's going to depend on a lot of different variables, and she don't have control over a lot of those. It's him.
And what else can she be doing to help work on her own divine masculine?
Well, she's done a whole lot. A lot of it, like she's been complaining. She hadn't said it to you, but she's been like, even on the table, I don't know if you saw her kind of stretch, like her heart space, we're like literally cracking it open like a nut.
Oh.
And it's because in her past she's had a lot of like divine, like masculine kind of trauma. And so like that's kind of blocked her heart space a lot. And so over the last like couple of months especially, she doesn't have that same like dislike towards men, not just men, but like the masculine energy. Because the distorted masculine energy on the planet, she doesn't really like that. But it's not all like that. It's not all distorted. And so she's able to look at things more in the way the divine masculine is meant to be, not with the distortion.
Okay, perfect. Thank you for that. And tell her more about her ancestors and her lineage with the Indian tribe.
Well, she connects with them. She already knows this, but she already knew that we were going to say this because she already knows part of these questions.
Sure.
But she connects with them a lot when she does her sound baths. Especially when she does the shamanic segment that she does.
Right.
She's even had clients say that they see and feel like Native Americans in the room with them. It's because they are there helping her with the sound baths. Like they come, like it's very healing. They know they know what needs to be done in order to find balance within each of ourselves and within the planet. If all of us could look to the Native Americans and the indigenous tribes on the planet, we would heal Mother Nature and we'd all heal ourselves, but they just don't listen. And Vanessa didn't listen for a while either, but now she is.
Wow.
So they are already there. They're there all the time with her, and that's when she sees the birds especially. A lot of that is her Native American tribe members with her. Not just in this time, but like in times before, like, you know, not just the ones still alive in your time right now, but like ones that have passed over. We're always together.
Right.
Even though it doesn't seem like we are, might not be there physically, but the birds especially, when she sees the birds, that she already kind of has that feeling that that's her ancestors from the Yuroks, and that's what it is.
Like when she saw all the cardinals?
The cardinals is more like her grandma and mom, but like she'll see like just crows or hawks or like more like bigger kind of birds.
Okay.
Is the ones we're more talking about for her Yurok people.
Okay.
But like the smaller little birds like the cardinals and the blue jays and stuff like that, that's more of like her mom and grandma and like maybe her, like I think her spirit guides too, like they're kind of giving her signs. But the bigger, darker birds, like maybe even an eagle, like those kind of birds is more of the Native American.
Well, she wonders how can her ancestors and lineage help her now?
Well, she already loves nature, and she loves it because it's healing her. Even she doesn't have to necessarily. We want her to be out there in Northern California, but even when she goes outside at her house now, she's on top of the mountain. She's connecting with the trees and the plants, and she's grounding and soaking up the sun. And when she's really outside, that's when she is really able to connect. Not just with her Yurok, but with all of her lineage in all times and places, is whenever she's out in nature. That's like her place.
Nice.
That's her place. And that's always been her place. And that's why she has memories from her childhood of watching the pine trees like blowing in the wind, and she just could feel so that peace inside, and because that's where it lives, is inside.
Well, she wonders about the importance of being a combination of her dad, the Yurok Indian, and her mom. She says she's the only one with this mix of DNA in her family.
Well, she's partly right about, she doesn't have to, but she's kind of taken on a little bit of their burden, and that is why she's carrying a lot of weight. Because she's kind of choosing to help them, because she's such a, like, we don't want to say this in a way that's like she's better than, but she's such a powerful being that she knows she's capable of helping carry some of that for them to clear it. But she doesn't have to choose that unless she has the free will, but her body's kind of choosing to carry some of that. But that is a lot of the why the weight is. And that's why she's kind of noticed that she'll put on a little bit more weight when she's going through like kind of a healing phase. Because it likes flaring up. It's showing her you're carrying a lot of weight. Like, so, we don't really want her to carry all that weight, but she's choosing that. Does that make sense?
Right, but if I understand you, she doesn't need to carry the weight to help her parents.
No, because she really doesn't. She's part of it. She's subconsciously choosing it. So if we could kind of help her, if you can kind of help her in this state, like stop choosing that subconsciously, because she doesn't really need to do that because they're on their own soul's journey. I mean, it's very like noble and like awesome that she's willing to do that, but like it's kind of really it's weighing her physical body down, and we don't want her to do that because she's still got some stuff to do. She needs more of a healthier body.
And it's created the experience of diabetes and
Yes.
sugar addiction.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, let's do this. Would it be appropriate to ask for a scan of her body, please?
Yes.
All right, please start scanning her body. Tell me where you are focusing on for healing and repair for her. We do expect full and complete healing today. Where are you looking at first?
Her left leg.
Okay, and what do you see going on with her left leg?
Like her left knee.
Okay.
She's feeling some tingles, so like we got to be careful because we don't want her to like get too like paying attention to it, but she feels this sometimes when she's meditating.
Okay.
And so we just need to be careful. We don't want her to get too like focused on it, like and shift over into the wrong part of the brain. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But so she's feeling some energy in her left kneecap right now.
And what is that?
She hasn't moved forward a lot in her past, not just in this life, but in her past and other times and places. Like, she gets bogged down because she lets fear get in the way, because she's afraid she's going to make a mistake. She's afraid she's going to mess something up. And some of that she does get from her upbringing, especially from her dad that raised her, because he's like that. But I think some of it we feel is from other times and places, not just this one we're speaking from.
That she's kind of carried in with her?
Yeah, she's kind of carried some of this in with her. Like, she if something bad happens, then she gets afraid. And then she stops. She just gets stuck. So we're really working on that left knee, and that left knee is what's kind of affecting the left hip, which she's told you about.
Right.
So it's all, everything's all connected. So that left knee, we're working on it right now, and that's why she's feeling them tingles.
So what's important for her to know to help her move forward with ease and not be scared?
She needs to trust us more. I mean, she does trust us, but there's moments that she just gets pulled back down and gets stuck again. And we do use her wife, Dermot, to kind of help guide her, because Dermot is really intuitive, and she does pay attention a lot, where Vanessa sometimes gets in her head.
Okay.
She does. She gets in her head, so a lot of times we'll use Dermot to kind of help push her. And, so when Dermat's telling her something, she needs to kind of pay attention and not be like, oh, ego, like, I ain't listening to my wife. She don't need to be like that, because we're the ones that's kind of helping her push her.
Okay.
If she don't listen to us, sometimes we're always trying to find another way to get the message across, right? And so we're going to use we're going to use the kids. We're going to, like, we used it recently, and that's why he wrecked the truck, and that's why they had that big ass blow up, because we're using him to help Vanessa, and she sees that now a little bit more now, but honestly, she doesn't realize the extent of how we're doing it.
Okay.
Because it's like a big grand puzzle that we're putting together, and she don't realize how complex and big it is.
Oh, she'll have a better idea after this, won't she?
Yeah. And the way she feels like this real heaviness right now, she's felt this before in her childhood. When she would wake up in the middle of the night and like try to go to the bathroom, she would feel this real heaviness. It's because we were like there and working on her and like being with her.
Oh, man.
So she feels familiar. This feels familiar to her.
Okay, this heaviness.
It's heavy. Her body feels real heavy right now.
Right.
And because she's been wondering, why's that heavy? Where's that heaviness that I felt when I was a kid? Because she's felt it before in meditations too, and is because that's our energy is so big.
Okay.
So vast that it feels heavy to the body.
Oh my goodness. Well, you said that you're working on that left knee.
Yeah, we're done with it now. We're kind of looking up in that left butt cheek.
Right, the hip.
Like the hip, left butt cheek. That's where she always says it's like her butt cheek hurts.
Okay.
And so she's feeling the tingles and stuff now. That's the energy. We're just kind of looking at it. And honestly, it's just think of it like this. It's like stuck in quicksand, mud. And you can't move. That's kind of what it's felt like on that left side, like just stuck.
When she's had fear. And
yes, the fear would just make her just feel stuck in a mud hole. And like you're trying and she can't get out. That's what she kind of is now a little bit with her business. She's like spinning her wheels. Okay, I'll do coaching. I'll do this. I'll do sound healing. I'll do this. It's like she's spreading herself, and the sirens are going off because it's the truth. She's spreading herself too thin and not focusing on one thing. And it's because of fear, because one thing ain't working out. Damn, that really is loud, wasn't it? Because one thing ain't working out. She's like, well, I'll try something else. No, focus on the one thing, or that's what's making you stuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So,
but she likes so many things. That's the problem. Right. She's always been like, she likes a lot of different things, because she does really carry a lot of us with her. Oh, and we like a lot of things. Like, we know everything. Like, she carries a lot of that within her, so she really is just playing. Like, this is fun. It really is fun on a grand scheme of things. This is fun for her. Even when she's stuck in the mud, it's like, you can't be stuck in the higher realms. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, she's seeing how it feels to be stuck.
Right, new experience.
Yeah, she's never known what she didn't feel like that with us. So it really is like, it really is just all a game.
I love that.
Yeah.
So explain to her what you're doing to the areas there to repair and heal and get them back in balance. So
we're just clearing some of this old fear that she's still kind of carrying with her. And so that's why she's kind of feeling her whole left leg, even her toes and foot and everything, is kind of numb, honestly. And it's because we're just trying to realign everything from her left, like hip, all the way down, because it's kind of created a little bit of like being stuck in the mud for so off and on for so long has kind of created like what you might call an arthritis, like humans would call like an arthritis. And that's simply where you've been stuck. The joints have been stuck in one position for so long.
Right.
And it's kind of like stoved up. And so we're just running the energy from the left hip all the way to the left foot.
Nice.
Trying to like loosen all of that up that's caused from being stuck.
What will she notice differently after the session because of that?
Well, she if she keeps moving like we want her to, she won't feel the left hip pain anymore. She won't feel that anymore.
And when
this.
When you say keep moving, you mean what specifically?
Whatever we're guiding her to do, she needs to do. And she is so much better than she used to. She used to be. Like, she's so much better, but she needs to keep trusting us, even on the little things. Like, we showed her when she played the game with Brian. We were playing a game with her, and she was open to play it with us. She told us, she said, I'll listen to y'all. I'm going to listen to everything y'all say while I play this game. And I want y'all to show me that I can beat him, because Brian's really hard to beat at games. He's very good at games. And it's because he listens to his higher self. That's why.
So
It ain't.
high
He
self
don't.
versus high self.
Yeah, but he doesn't realize that's what he's doing.
Sure.
All right. So we played the game along with Vanessa and was like, okay, we're gonna show you. And guess what? She beat him finally.
Oh.
And we were showing her, if you listen to us, no matter what, even if it doesn't make sense to your 3D logical conscious mind, if you listen to us, you'll win every time.
Nice. Okay. All right. I love that. Okay. So the hip and the knee are looking good. All the way
Yeah,
up to the toes.
her hip all the way down is fine on the left side now. But if she goes back to her old ways and gets herself stuck again, we don't,
So she can use that discomfort as a little flag.
that you're stuck and you need to be paying attention to us. You need to start meditating more. Like, she'll get busy with life, right? She'll get busy with life and will kind of like not leave us, but not commune with us. We want her to commune with us.
Nice. What is it like for you when she communes with
Well,
you?
it's connected. It's a connectedness. The same thing that she's always craved. That's always within all of us, right? Because we're always all connected, especially with yourself, which is me. And so, if she ever feels like, maybe Tamara's not showing her enough attention, or she doesn't feel connected to the kids, or whatever, all she's got to do is come to me, and I'm the connection. That's the one that she's wanting anyway.
Right.
The divine connection. It's not all this superficial kind of stuff. It's the divine connection that we're all searching for.
Beautiful. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Anywhere else in the body that's requesting healing?
Well, at the beginning, she could really feel her heart like pounding out of her chest. And again, that's because we've been really working on that heart space opening up.
Right.
And if we can open up her heart space more, crack it open more, then that's when she'll really live the dream life that she was telling you about. That's kind of been the thing that's been blocking her dream life, is her heart space has been closed off for so long.
What originally closed off her heart space?
Well, when she came into this life, she had a lot of disappointment, and, now she's feeling some tingles in her heart space, like right in her breastbone. When she came into this life, she had some disappointment. And disappointment, I mean, she didn't really feel like her parents wanted her.
Like when they put her in daycare so early, or
No, before that.
Okay.
Like in the womb. She heard conversations, because you hear. You hear in the womb. You hear what goes on. You can feel the energy of your mom. Her mom wanted her, but she heard her dad talk about, I don't know if we need to have this kid. And a lot of it had nothing to do with the kids at all. It's his lack of believing in himself that he would be able to be a good father, because he didn't have a good father.
Okay.
His father was in World War II, drunk, alcoholic, not a very good role model. And so didn't want to mess the kids up. And that's why he was like, it was a confidence issue for him with himself. It had nothing to do with not wanting the kids.
Okay.
So Vanessa had some disappointment early on.
Do you think that'll help her understand her dad better?
I think so, and deep down she already kind of feels that, but it's going to be different when she really hears it from me,
Mm-hmm.
It had nothing to do with her. And honestly, Vanessa, she's learned this, and her master helps her with this. She takes things personal sometimes, but that's why we wanted her to read the 4 agreements again, which she just finished recently. And one of them is don't make assumptions, and I think there's one that says don't take things personal. Maybe. Anyway, don't take things personal. Yeah, most of the time it has nothing to do with that person. You know what I mean? Like, if somebody says something, a lot of times it doesn't. It's a reflection of what's inside of them.
Right.
It's not you. So Vanessa would tend to. Like I said, she carries a lot of the divine energy in her vessel. And like I said, not saying that she's carries more than others or any of that. It's not like a superior thing, right?
Right.
But she carries a lot of that childlike innocence and that playfulness that we all have, but she carries maybe a little more than some people. And so it was when she came into this world, And it's a scary damn place anyway. Earth is kind of a scary place for us to come in. And then when you're so open and then you have these disappointments and you don't understand your parents, what they're like, their energy and all that, like that's what created a lot of, the baggage she still carries. Is she just didn't understand. Because she came into kind of a messy situation, with her parents. Like she came into their mess. She entered in during a big messy thing with them.
Right.
And it's affected her. And that's why she'll look at her sisters and think, damn, why do they have, houses? Like, why do they seem so stable? And she's like trying to figure all this shit out and spinning her wheels. And, that's why. It's because she was the first one and she entered in all their mess. Her two siblings, her parents were a lot more stable, secure, and they didn't enter in the mess. She entered in a big pile of crap.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Sure.
And I'm using words because that's kind of how Vanessa talks.
Okay, no, I like that. That she'll relate with that.
Yeah.
So you're working on the heart space to be more open?
Yeah, I mean, it's as open as we can really get it right now.
What can she do to help maintain that opening?
If she gets her feelings hurt, she doesn't need to close it off.
Okay.
And that's kind of what she has done in the past. If she gets her feelings hurt, she just wants to shut down. If somebody doesn't show her the compassion that she shows others, then it's like kind of hurts her,
Right.
Because she is a super sensitive being. Like, she just carries a lot of like that divine innocence within her. She does, and think about it, like a little kid is real innocent and carries a lot of that divine innocence with them, and things get confusing to somebody. Like, you don't understand. You know what I mean? Like a little kid wouldn't understand if you hurt their feelings. And Vanessa is still like that, even though she's like almost 50. She still carries a lot of that with her, but that's part of what makes her unique, because not all humans carry that. That's part of the reason why she's such a good healer and a nurse, and that's why a lot of her patients say things about her and they don't say things about the other nurses, because she can come at them without judgment and just come at them with this divine, sweet innocence, and just a smile from her can really change people. And some people won't even smile. But Vanessa will smile and give them more.
She really touches people in ways she may not even be aware.
She doesn't.
Wow. Bless her heart. Bless her heart. It's her sweet open heart. Okay. How's the heart space looking now?
It's open more than it was, for sure.
Good.
It's open more and more. And like I said, we've been working on this before she came here. That big blow up with her helped her open up a whole lot, and he did that to help her.
Oh, bless his heart. Okay.
He has been a big trigger for her over the last few years, and it's because he's helping her. She's starting to see that even before us saying it today. Mm-hmm. She was kind of already starting to see it, and she's looking at him differently.
Wow.
Because of it.
What's important for her to know about her and her stepson's relationship?
Well, they have had other lives together. Her and he have had other lives together. They've been brothers, and that he has been her son. So that's why a lot of their energy, like in the beginning, like he felt like her kid, because he has been her kid before. And they've been brothers before. We showed her a little glimpse when she was getting her mom and dad's Christmas tree out of the barn. She was carrying a box, and she all of a sudden had this flash. And she didn't really know what was going on. And it was her and he were brothers out in the woods. And they were making moonshine back in the Appalachian Mountains. That's why she likes North Carolina area and that part of Tennessee. Because she's been there before. And her and were brothers, and somebody came up on them when they were making moonshine and were chasing after them. And we showed her a little glimpse, and we're showing her again. She can see it again in her mind's eye. And he was running ahead of her, and she saw him get shot in the back, and she got shot in the back. They both fell.
Oh, my.
Yeah. And that's why she didn't even tell you this, but she has a lot of, like, tingling feeling. Not really pain, but tingling feeling right behind that left shoulder blade, and that's where she got shot.
Okay. Oh, wow. So
And-
is there any healing that needs to be
Yeah,
done for
let's
that?
go ahead and focus on it now that we brought it up, and she's feeling a lot of warmth there. It's right, like, I mean, just, it's deep inside that shoulder. Oh my gosh. And, you know, we just realized that he's been complaining of shoulder pain a lot too.
So maybe he's becoming more aware.
Yeah. So, but we think his is the right shoulder. Like, we can't really remember. We know it's one of his shoulders, but we're trying to not let her, like, think about it because we don't want to pull her too far, you know what I mean? One of the shoulders is bothering him. And Vanessa's very aware of it, but that's why his is bothering. But we can't remember. We can remember, but we don't want her to consciously try to think about it. Does that make sense, Suzanne?
Sure, yeah.
Because we don't want her logical mind to start getting in the way. Okay. One of his shoulders is messing up, and that's why. It's because that's the shoulder that affected him.
Okay.
He got shot in that, like, around that shoulder blade.
So can you, as a surrogate, do some healing for him as well?
Yeah, we can do that.
Explain to her how you're doing that. So fascinating.
Yeah, so Vanessa's never experienced this in any of her sessions, by the way. She's never had a surrogate.
Okay.
So what we're doing is we're going to, like, use her physical body, and since they're connected so deeply, it'll transfer over to his energy into his body. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So we're just going to work on both of her shoulders because it's her left, but we feel it's his right. So we're going to work on both of Vanessa's shoulders now. So she'll have the healing on both sides. And if he needs on either side, he'll get it on both too.
Oh, nice. Okay. And what do you think he might notice after this session?
Well, he probably won't complain of the shoulder pain, and Vanessa can just, like, smile at him and know why after she hears the recording.
Do you think he would believe it?
No, he won't. He's in that age that he's, like, the same age as that Vanessa was in when she started questioning a lot of things and wanting to be fit in and be cool.
Right.
But he is more open than he wants to believe, and that's why he had that experience with that orb out there by his deer stand.
Oh.
Vanessa didn't tell you about it, but those orbs that she's seeing out there, they're portals opening behind her house.
Oh, my goodness.
And he had an experience, I think last year, when he was out there hunting at dark, and he was freaked out because one of those, Vanessa saw one of them open, and like a few minutes or so before he went to hunt, but she didn't say nothing about it. And one of them opened, and there was a forest person, like what you might call a Sasquatch or Bigfoot, a forest person come through one of those portals, and that's why he said he swore that there was a human out there walking, is because it was something on 2 feet.
Oh.
And that's why he called and was freaking out, but Vanessa kind of already knew what it was, and yeah. So he's just really fearful of things that his logical mind can't understand.
Okay.
So he just has a lot of fear, and a lot of that comes from his mom and dad, because Tamara isn't as open to this stuff as Vanessa is, but his dad is completely closed off to all this.
Okay.
So he's kind of inherited those beliefs from his parents.
Okay.
So it has nothing to do with Vanessa at all.
But he's young, and
He's still young, and Vanessa, if he becomes more open to this stuff, which he will, then he'll always have Vanessa to come back. And that's why Kathy and Vanessa get along, because he's more open to that stuff than any of the other kids are. And then he carry a lot of their dad's, like, DNA kind of lineage, I guess, if that makes sense. Like, more of those, like, rigid beliefs, and you don't think outside the box, and you do what you're told kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And yeah, he thinks more like Vanessa, more like outside the box, more into, like, the esoteric kind of stuff. And that's why they get along more and connect more.
okay, that makes perfect sense. Okay, so back to her body. Anywhere else that you're focusing on for healing?
So we're really focusing on still on that right shoulder, and I think that is the one that is affecting the.
Okay.
Because Vanessa's kind of feeling some pain in that right shoulder, and it's not in the same area that hers is more like her left shoulder blade. His is more like the right shoulder, like where the rotator cuff is,
Right.
like the actual ball of the shoulder. That's where the hip is hurting. And so she's feeling a lot of warmth and kind of pain, a little bit of discomfort there. We don't want to say the P word, but some discomfort there.
Okay.
And that's related to what he's carrying.
Okay. You can keep her comfortable though?
Yeah. It's not affecting her greatly, but she's aware that it's there.
Okay, well, we'll let you keep working on that.
Okay.
She wonders if you could please heal the diabetes and her sugar addiction.
Again, this is something that she's kind of, her mom and dad both have this sugar addiction and diabetes, okay? And so this is something that she's kind of carried through with them, and it kind of goes along with carrying some of their baggage, all right? So if we can have her consciously choose using her free will that she doesn't want to carry it, then it won't be there anymore. And she's had a rocky life, not as bad as a lot of people, but she's looking for the sweetness in life, and that's why the sugar addiction's coming. The sweetness. She really hasn't found that sweetness of life. She got a kind of a glimpse of it last night when she went to that nice fancy restaurant and she felt completely out of place.
Oh.
But we're trying to show her that this can be real. That her physical body feels, when we put her in those places that she wants to be in these places. She wants to experience this dream life. She wants to, but then when we put her in the position to experience them, then her body kind of is like, oh God, this is scary because it's not familiar. It doesn't feel like her childhood upbringing of carrying debt and living paycheck to paycheck like her parents did. That's familiar to her, right? And so when we put her in this abundance mindset, this abundance, what she knows inside is true and real, and then we let her experience that like she did last night at that 801 place you've probably been to, Suzanne.
Yeah, that's a nice restaurant.
That's where they went for their anniversary, and Vanessa was like, she felt like she loved it, but then she felt out of place because there's a discrepancy between what she feels inside. Like she feels inside one way, but then when we show her, it's like there's a discrepancy still. Does that make sense?
Yes.
She feels this abundance inside, but then her outer world doesn't match. Okay, now we're going to show her outer world. Okay, this is what you're wanting to see, but then her inside of her body's like, oh, I'm scared. I'm afraid. So we're trying to show her you got to get them aligned. They got to calibrate because, you know what I mean? And how can we help her? Let's see. Because she can experience what she felt and experienced last night. She can experience that every day. But she can't let the fear get her stuck. And it tried to last night. And even her wife was like, Vanessa, this is real. This is real. Don't be afraid. This is real. This is what we want. But Vanessa was like, it's almost like it's too good to be true. Like earlier, she was like, oh my God, am I really going to see Suzanne Spooner? Like, it's almost too good to be true. Like, you see what I'm saying? So there's a discrepancy. Like, her outer and inner don't match all the time.
How can you help her with that?
Well, she's got to believe when we show her she's here right now with you. She needs to freaking believe that. Like, you know what I mean? And like when she was at the restaurant last night, she needs to believe that. That we're showing you this is it. This is what you've been wanting. This is what you've been waiting on. Don't block what we're trying to give you. And sometimes she'll have somebody call or reach out to her And she'll be so overwhelmed with other stuff. It's almost like energetic. She might not physically block them or whatever, but almost like energetically, she feels kind of like, oh God, I'm so busy. It's like she's energetically blocking the client sometimes. Yeah, and she probably doesn't realize that, but energetically, she blocks them sometimes.
What do you want her to know about that?
Well, we're trying to bring you what you want, but you can't block it. If you keep blocking it, then we're going to quit bringing it. Like, you know, it's like one of those, you go to your friends for advice and then you don't take their advice, they're going to quit giving you their advice. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like, so she needs to quit blocking what we're trying to give her.
Okay. Okay. Well,
And she needs to trust that she deserves it and she's ready for it and she's here. And she could have had this the whole time, but she didn't realize because she sometimes kind of gets caught up in playing the game.
right.
You know, the game can be complicated and there's a lot of strategy that goes into the game of life. And just like playing a big, long board game with, no, she sometimes gets kind of carried away in playing the game and it kind of gets her off track. And then she'll get stuck in the mud and her leg will hurt.
Okay.
So how can we keep her on track?
Do you think this will help hearing? all
I
this
think,
information?
yeah, this will definitely help, like, help her hearing herself saying this.
Mm-hmm.
That will definitely help. And just having this whole experience with you, you know, like, I mean, she's connecting with, like, one of our most precious, like, workers down here on earth. Like, you're bringing so much to humanity doing this work. And that's why you have an abundance of clients and an abundance of everything, Suzanne. It's because you're so open to receive all of it. And that's why you're able to receive all, like you're so open to help and to receive. And Vanessa's open to help, but she's got to pay attention to like why she's doing it. Is she doing it to like make herself feel important? Is she doing it to like fill a void inside that, you know, is she doing it to like fill a void that so she'll feel connected, or is she really doing it to help? You know what I mean?
Right.
Because sometimes not just Vanessa, but humans, you know, they'll want to help people, but it's to get like an ego fix off of it. You know what I'm saying?
Get something back from it.
Yeah, like it makes them feel special. It makes them feel good. It makes them, you know what I'm saying? And that's why she hadn't gotten her level 3, because in the beginning of wanting to do it, she was like, I want to be the first level 3, you know, from Dolores' home state. And it was like a status thing, kind of. Mm-hmm. And you know, Suzanne, like, you don't come at this as a status thing. You're the most popular QHHT practitioner in the whole wide world, but you don't look at it as a status thing, do you?
No.
Exactly. We know you don't. We know you don't. Vanessa's got to look at it like that.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're trying to help her understand by comparing it to you. Suzanne does not look at this as a status thing.
Well,
she just does it.
I think too. I mean, she's very respectful and loving towards Dolores, and would love to be, you know, that level 3 in
Yeah.
the same state that Dolores lived in, and
I mean, it would be very special for her. It would.
She's going to do it.
She's
right?
going, yeah, she's going to do it, but she's just got to look at it in a different way. And Dolores came to her in meditations. She didn't tell you about this, but Dolores came to her in meditations. Dolores came to her through her clients before.
Yeah.
So Dolores is like wanting to help her,
Right.
but Vanessa's got to change a little bit of the why behind it.
Okay. Well, she can do that.
You know what I mean? Yeah, she can do it easily. The why behind it. It's
Right.
not a status thing. It's not to make herself feel special or nothing like that. Like, and we really do want her to focus on one or two things. She's kind of, we want her to reach more people, and yeah, the coaching, and we know this is on our list of questions, so we're just going to, you know, talk about it now. And I feel like Vanessa is starting to kind of think, golly, I'm talking real fast. It's because there's so much information that we want to tell her.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And she's done this before. She's channeled us before. And she does really talk real fast when she does it. So she's kind of noticing right now. She's kind of just noticing a little bit more, I guess, now.
Right.
And than she was a minute ago. She's like, oh, Lee, I'm talking real fast. And her mouth's kind of getting dry because of it. So anyway, let's see. Where were we? we were talking about her
About coaching?
Yes, we want her to reach more people. Okay, and so the coaching kind of came on her radar because a couple of the coaches that she has are, famous YouTubers. And she thought, well, I can kind of like maybe follow them a little bit and what they're doing, and I could reach more people, and it could help my business in all the aspects, which is completely true. It will help her in all aspects. And it will help her like get more clients from all over the place and all over the world. But then you got to look, Vanessa, Suzanne gets people from all over the country and probably all over the world, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So it doesn't matter like how you go, like which thing you pick. We'll send you the people from wherever, all over the globe. It doesn't matter if you do it online with coaching or in your office in the village or whatever. You see what I'm saying? So she was thinking I can reach more people if I do the online coaching, which we're fine if she wants to do that. That's completely fine. She can do that, but if she really wants to do level 3 QHHT, that's what she needs to focus. She can still do coaching, but she needs to focus on her getting more like her QHHT and like connecting with people about it. Like, so whatever you want to grow is what you need to focus on. If you're focusing on coaching and you're barely focused on QHHT, then how in the heck are you going to get level 3? You see what I'm saying? And we do want to say that part of it is Tamara. Because Tamara told her when you get to your 111 client, Tamara agreed to be her 111 client. Because that's Tamara's number, 111. Okay. Tamara, because Vanessa's been trying for years to get Tamara to do her session. Tamara's never been like in the right place energetically to do it, because Tamara's a great, divine, powerful, innocent being as well. And that's why they go so good together. They both carry that like innocent, pure source energy. Like we all do. Don't get me wrong. We all do, but some vessels carry more of that. Does that make sense, Suzanne?
Yes.
Some vessels can carry more of that purity than others. All right. And Tamara hasn't been in the position to be ready to do her session. So that is technically part of why Vanessa hasn't gotten more clients, because Tamara has put that out there, and Tamara's higher self knows we got to get her butt ready for her session. And so that, she's only got, Vanessa I think has she's either at 108 or 9. So in 2 or 3 more sessions, this Tamara's turn. And we got to get Tamara's higher self, we got to get her ready for her session. You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's part of Vanessa's stall, is we're trying to, because it's going to change Tamara's life too.
Okay.
When Tamara does her session, it's going to pop her open more than anything ever has.
Oh my.
And so Vanessa has always felt this deep down, that Tamara is supposed to be part of the business, and she's right. She is supposed to be. Because Tamara and Vanessa's, their union is sacred and special. It is, they are both in female bodies this time, because they wanted that. But they both carry this perfect balanced combination of the divine feminine and masculine within themselves. But then when you fuse them together, it's like out of this world energy. Okay. And so Vanessa's felt that she's supposed to be more a part of it. And she's right. She is supposed to, but we got to get Tamara ready, because Tamara's carried a whole lot of trauma too. And Vanessa is Tamara's catalyst, and Tamara is Vanessa's catalyst, right? They both are each other's catalyst. Vanessa's more willing to listen to us, where Tamara sometimes gets a little bit stuck in her head, like it's kind of hard to believe kind of stuff,
Right.
And so, but we've been working on Tamara. So if after Tamara does her session, then things are going to shift greatly for the business, and Tamara will be more involved and helping, because Tamara's going to really help the more the feminine, the females, because Tamara has gone through all the shit that she's gone through with the trauma that she has as a female, and she's going to be able to hold that space for the females coming.
Do you think if Tamara hears this recording?
That's one of the reasons why we're saying it, is because Vanessa will most likely share it with her. Because if Vanessa feels that Tamara's ready to hear it, she's going to tell her. And so that's part of the reason why we're saying it, is because we know maybe not tonight or tomorrow, but at some point it will be shared with Tamara, and Tamara will hear it when she's meant to hear it. And that is we'll plant a seed into Tamara's subconscious.
Gotcha. Okay. I love that. Oh, gosh. Okay, so back to her body. She does ask to have 20/20 vision. She'd like to not wear glasses anymore.
So this is kind of why the last few days she's been having some eye discomfort. It's because we knew that was on her list, and so that's why she brought her contacts on this trip, but she hadn't worn them, and it's because we didn't want her to wear them, because we don't want that lens covering over her eye. The glasses are more easily removable. Does that make sense? Like, you can just pull them off. But the contacts is like an artificial eye you're putting on there. And we didn't want her to wear them. Vanessa hadn't worn her contacts in months. And that's one of the reasons why, is because we knew that that's just one of the things she wanted.
Okay.
So, and that's why she's been having a little bit of eye discomfort. It's like she's been feeling her literal eyeballs having some discomfort. And it's because we've been trying to kind of prep her, because we knew she was going to ask for that.
Okay, so what are you doing to repair her eyes?
Well, first she needs to understand why they are like this.
Okay.
And the reason why she's had trouble with her vision since around 19 years old is because that's when she kind of really started getting off path. That's when she made the decision to keep it safe and simple, and they take the easy road in life, and she did it out of fear. She was afraid. She always wanted to go to medical school. She always had this grand vision of her life, and at 19 years old, she decided to play it safe and stay at home, be familiar like her mom and dad, and stay with her friends, all that. We've been trying forever for her to see that she could have had this grander life the whole time, but she, using her free will, chose. And so that's why her vision become distorted around that age, and progressively have kind of gotten worse, because we're trying to show her that she's not seeing things clearly. Does that make sense? She got off track.
Right.
And another thing is, she can see in other realms, and you don't need your physical 3D eyes to see in the other realms. So we kind of wanted her to not focus on these physical eyes. We wanted her to focus on her internal eye. Does that make sense?
Yes.
But Vanessa can be out, especially out in nature, and she can open her physical eyes and see the veil. She can see the veil flowing of energy in front of her. She can see it. And she used to not be able to. It was like little spots here and there. But we've showed her not too long ago, sitting out in the sun, and we showed her that it's just water, and you can just pierce it, just like you're stepping into water. You can just, that's all it is. It's just, if you look at the lake and you look at the water, and it looks like it's flowing and moving, and it's got this energy to it, right? But if you didn't know better, you might think that you can't really go through it. But we know as humans that you can just dip your toe in the water, right? And you just go through the water, and it's not going to hurt you. The veil is the same way. And we're trying to show Vanessa that she can see the veil. She's always been able to see it, but she can see it even with these distorted eyes. She can still see it, right? So that's all that kind of has to do with why her vision's like it is. Does that all kind of, you think that's going to make sense to her?
I think it will.
So now she wants us to help her with this, right? Okay. So we're going to have to, they didn't get like this overnight, Suzanne, as you know. So we're going to we've already been working on her, but we're going to continue to work on this now. And we don't know if Vanessa's going to believe it if it happens instantaneously. That's part of the hang-up.
Well, I think she'd be pretty impressed if...
How would Vanessa's life change if she believed that this could happen instantaneously, and it did, and she experienced it instantaneously?
I think that would be amazing.
Would she believe in us then?
I think she already believes in you, to tell you the truth.
Yeah, I think so too. But, Suzanne, sometimes she second guesses us.
Well, I think this will be quite a boost in the opposite direction after she hears this recording and has this amazing experience. She's doing so well. You're doing so well giving her the information. I think it will change her just to know what comes from this session.
Yeah. We don't want her to receive this and not believe still.
Right.
Like, it can't work if she's not going to believe.
So that's
the hang up.
She needs to work.
That's
on.
the hang up. So we could do it, but we don't know that it would stick because we don't know that it, just like her sitting here, it's like she almost can't believe she's sitting here with you. But she is. Does that make sense?
Yes, of course she is.
So we don't know that's the hang up, Suzanne, is
okay, so I have an idea. What if you were to fix it and she could decide what she thinks about that, if she can accept it or not, and even if she can't and the vision goes back to the way it was, she could sit with that longer, and when she's ready, she could bring it back into perfect alignment again.
now she's feeling some like lasers going through the back of her head.
Oh, wow.
Right where her eyeballs are.
Explain to her what that is.
So that's just pure white light from source energy. And it's going through the back of her skull into our eye sockets from the back because it's got to go through your brain. It's not going into the front. It's got to go in through the back of your brain.
Okay.
And so we're just realigning even the optic nerve. We're realigning all of it because it's not just one little thing. It's a lot of things, over all these years. It's a lot of things. So she's feeling some warmth and tingling, and she's feeling her whole head is tingling, and it's just the energy that we're working on her eyes.
What will she notice differently after the session because of that?
Well, she may realize that, hey, I don't need my glasses as like she can't even really see across the room without her glasses. So she may realize, I don't really need my glasses to see the TV anymore. It might be kind of subtle, like kind of at first. It might not be like, oh my God, I can drive without my glasses. You know what I'm saying? Because that drastic jump we just don't know if she's going to be able to accept that drastic of a jump.
Okay, but she's got it all on the recording, so she could decide what...
She can decide what she wants, and we're already, like I said, before she even came to you, we've already working on her eyes, and that's why she's been having some discomfort right in her eyeballs.
Right.
So we're already, preparing her for this, and we're working on it now.
That's so exciting.
We're working on it now. So if she so chooses to believe us and have full 100% trust, full and 100% trust that this is possible, just like your dream life's possible. And we're kind of talking to her now.
Can you give her the feeling of what it's like to have full and complete trust so it feels familiar to her?
Full and complete trust is that feeling that you had when you were in the chapel and you were praying that you wouldn't lose your mom, and we let you know you wouldn't. You knew in that moment that it was all going to be okay. And yeah, you still had stuff to go through after that. But in that moment, you knew that you weren't going to lose your mom. That's the feeling. That's one of the reasons why we gave you that, so we could tell you about it now. So you know what that feels like. That's the trust, where it's like there's no fear, there's no worry, there's no what ifs, there's no questioning. There's no questioning. It's 100% full-on trust. And so she's noticing now, Suzanne, there's like light changing in her vision. Her eyes are closed, but there's light changing behind her eye, like in her eyes. She's seeing it's a little bit different.
Nice.
So she's noticed it a few times, but we're wanted to point it out so it'll be on the recording too for her.
Right.
So she'll remember that she felt that and she noticed it. It's a reminder.
I think that's perfect.
Vanessa has to be reminded of things a lot. We use Tamara to do that.
Okay. Well, that's okay. If that's how her brain processes, that's...
She's just innocent, like a little kid. Like you know what I mean? Little kids have to be reminded of things sometimes, and that's how Vanessa is. Just a pure, innocent little thing. Like, not little like is in, like this little feeble, like little thing. Not at all. Like, she's carries that pure innocence from the divine. Mm-hmm. But there's nothing little about it.
Right.
Nothing little about it.
All right. Well, if you're done with the body, I've got some other questions.
Okay, let's go.
Has.
Yeah.
Okay, so under her category of experiences and supernatural, which are fun questions, she asks about 3 days after her mom crossed, who was the purple being that she met?
That was another aspect of her, and what we were showing her was the theater of her mind that she can go to at any time. She's been on that that ship kind of looking setting before.
So it was like a spaceship?
Yeah, so that's like the theater of her mind.
Oh, tell us about that.
And everybody has that, where you can go to this place within your own mind, your own consciousness, and you can have visits with other realms, with other beings, with loved ones that's crossed over. This theater you can access. It's kind of like the band Dream Theater. Have you ever heard of them? Because Vanessa's been really digging them lately. Do you know that band?
I don't.
Yeah, they have one song, and what's that song called? It was a really popular one, but Vanessa's she listened to it on the way here from Arkansas.
Okay, I'll have to look it up.
And that there was something about it. She kept listening. She was looking at the little screen in the car, and she kept looking at Dream Theater, and it was like us kind of reminding her of this dream, and you go to this theater in your dreams, and it accesses all of your aspects. It accesses your subconscious. It accesses your higher self. It accesses all aspects. In your dream state, you're going to this theater. Does that make sense, Suzanne?
Yeah.
So you can do this too. This is for everybody. We all do this. And Vanessa went into her dream theater, and she met another aspect of herself that is, so Izzo, that we were showing her, it is so.
Oh, so she calls that being Izzo.
Because we were trying to show her, it is so, like, yes, believe it, damn it. It is so.
Oh,
so she started calling it Izzo, and she kind of already had a glimpse of that, because she thought, I wonder if it is so. That's so she can call it Izzo. That's completely fine. But we were trying to show her it is so, Vanessa. It is another aspect of her. And yes, that was her mom, like, showing her that she's okay. She's still very much connected. She's out in the other dimensions and the other realms, still traveling, just like in her mom's QHHT session. We're never lost. No one's ever lost. If you've ever had a connection with any being, anything, you're always going to have it, right? Mm-hmm. Always. Nothing's ever lost. So Vanessa needed that remembrance that nothing's ever lost. Her mom's still there. And yes, her mom can help her and is helping her from the other realm so much. So Izzo is Vanessa. It is a future version of her, well, what you would call a future version of herself. It's a higher dimensional part of Vanessa's soul.
Oh, wow.
Having another experience. And yes, that was him that came to her in the car ride home from the Razorback. We know that's on the list too.
Right, that's the next question.
That was him. Anytime she's in meditation or having visions and stuff, and she sees that kind of purpley color, that's him.
Oh.
Because he carries that violet, like indigo, very high frequency energy with him. He carries that.
So the one question she had about that experience was she can't remember what he told her.
She knows on a deeper level, and it's already kind of been unpacked for her, but it's only going to unpack at the right time. Like, for instance, she was just saying Izzo, and then later she thought, it is so. It is so. And then she realized maybe that was what they were trying to say. Does that make sense? So it's being unpacked. It's like a zip file, and it's being unpacked when she's ready for that unpacking. So she's getting little tidbits of the message at different times.
Okay. Anything else from that experience that would be helpful for her to know?
The main thing that she needs to know from that experience is that she can connect with Izzo at any time.
Okay.
That's the main thing. It is her. It's not anything outside of her. It is her. That is her. All the other dreams and visions we've showed her before, all of those are her. And if she can get in the present moment, especially through meditation, sitting out in nature, she's got to get present. And when she can get in that present moment, like she does with the sound baths, with the gongs, when she can get in that present moment, that is how she can access any of the other aspects.
So she says when she does her sound baths that she feels like it's you that's coming through, not her.
Yeah, she has gotten really good at that, like letting us kind of take over. And so she steps, her conscious ego mind steps aside, and it doesn't feel like her playing it because it is us playing it. And what she's allowing us to do is use her physical body as a vessel, and that's how we are able to use the sound to help the collective heal. Okay. She doesn't realize that that's exactly what's going on, but we are the ones doing the sound bath because we have more access to what the collective needs than Vanessa does.
Oh, nice. Okay.
So she already knows that she kind of is connecting with the group's energy and playing and giving them what they need, but it's us that's transmitting the frequency through her physical body and then out into the gongs. And she already knows this, we are using her heart space to play. It's our heart, her heart space blending with our high frequency energy. Then it's the gongs, especially the gongs energy, and that is creating this frequency that is blasting through the collective. Not just, this is the thing, Vanessa doesn't realize how grand this is, not just her group at the yoga place, but the groups and the people and the beings all throughout that area. It sends the ripples of the energy so much further than she realizes.
If she were to record that and put that on YouTube, would that work the same?
Are you saying record the sound, the gongs and stuff? Yeah, she needs to do that, and we've like kind of pushed her to do that.
Okay.
The hang up is she doesn't know exactly what equipment to use to get it out there.
What would you recommend?
She's already done this. She's talked to her friend Brian, because Brian, the one she plays games with, and we've mentioned him a lot, right? And because they have a soul connection. That's why they get along so well, her and Brian.
Right.
They both carry a lot of the kind of innocence. And that's why Brian gets triggered a lot. And this really isn't, she doesn't have to share this with Brian, but Brian gets triggered a lot. And it's because his inner boy is traumatized. And that causes him to be triggered a lot. And that was just kind of for Vanessa's benefit, not necessarily for Brian, but we just wanted to throw that out there. But that's kind of why they get along so well, because they carry a lot of the same energy, right? So she needs to talk to Brian, because Brian has all the equipment already, and she's already talked to Brian about it, and Brian said that he could do it. It's just a matter of them getting together and doing it.
Okay. That's exciting. I would love to hear that. That sounds beautiful.
Yeah, that would reach more people, and that's what she wants to do. And yeah, it just totally makes sense. So we didn't have that on the list. So thank you for bringing that up, Suzanne.
Sure, my pleasure.
Yeah.
All right.
We really love you so much.
Oh, thank you. Well, I love you guys.
And we just love to connect with you so much, so much.
Thank you.
You're just the most precious soul.
Well,
And we're so appreciative that you are so open to receive all these clients coming to you, and you're just so open to connect with us. And I just really want to express, and Vanessa can really feel her heart space really opening because she's feeling what that feels like for like the love from us to come through her body and go out and to tell you, Suzanne.
oh,
She's feeling what that really feels like. And so she needs to know what that feels like.
oh, I love that. Well, I had a great teacher in Dolores, so
Yeah.
just trying to
we
carry
love
on the work a
Dolores
little
too.
bit.
Dolores she's doing more now than she was when she was down on the earth.
Oh, tell us more about that.
Well, Dolores connects with all the practitioners, and she's connected with Vanessa multiple times in meditation, and just ask Vanessa, what do you want your order? You got to tell the universe your order, but if you don't know your order, then how can we give you what you want? We can't deliver your order if you don't tell us. She told her that, and she's connected through her clients. So yeah, Dolores is just like Vanessa's mom. They're on the other side and not connected so much physically through a body here. So they're connecting and helping just as much or more.
Right.
More people have found Dolores after she crossed than when she was here.
Less encumbered.
Exactly. You're not so constricted.
All right. Well, thank you for that.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So we have talked a little bit about the orbs that Vanessa sees behind her house. She says she wants to interact and communicate more with them.
So they are portals that are opening up behind her house. A lot of behind her house is the forest people. And Vanessa really, the forest people are fine, right? Vanessa really kind of resonates more with the ET kind of. They're all interdimensional beings, first off.
Right.
Okay, Suzanne, they're all interdimensional beings. But they have a different frequency, right? There's a different frequency about them. So a lot of the ones behind her house are forest beings coming in and out of and crossing because they're in the Ouachita Mountains. So she kind of focuses more on the ET energy. And when she's focusing more on the ET energy, that's not the same frequency as the orbs behind her house. The frequency of the beings behind her house are more forest people. So if she wants to connect with them more, she needs to get more into forest people. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So it's just a shift in her focus. So when she's wanting to connect, she needs to kind of connect more with the forest people energy. Like at Board Camp Crystal Mine that she went to. It's a different frequency. She knows what we're talking about because when she took that group of CE5 people to Board Camp, she's got a scratch. She took that group of people there. She could feel the difference in the energy. It didn't feel the same as the ET energy.
Okay.
So she knows what we're talking about.
Okay. All right. That makes sense.
Ooh, she was really able to feel how heavy her arm is.
Yeah.
This is the feeling she felt when she was a kid.
Oh, her hand moved very slow.
Yeah, her arm is it feels like 25 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
But that's the feeling that she felt as a kid, that real heaviness. Mm-hmm. But it kind of scared her as a kid, the feeling that heaviness. But it's because we were able to, before all the trauma and stuff, we were able to flow through her more. Does that?
Well, she said she remembers seeing beings at the foot of her bed as a little girl.
Mm-hmm. So most of that was some of it was her guides, and she kind of already knows their names. We know that's on the questions a lot. I think they're in her notes of her phone. Joaquin is one. Jasmine, I think, is one. They vary. She always has the three beings that was with her that came to her. Those are her main three guides. Okay. Those are so she has mainly three that are always with her. But sometimes there's been times she might have 6 or 8 people beside, or beings beside her, depending on what she's going through. But she always has 3 guys always with her all the time. Okay?
All right.
So now the question you mentioned was which one again? Because I got on 3 questions at the same time.
Well, about the orbs,
yeah.
she wants to interact and communicate more with them.
Okay, so she just needs to get on that the forest people frequency, like she did at the board camp. She knows what it feels like, because it feels different than the ETs. Okay, but we got over into her guy. Oh, the feeling, the bed. Suzanne, we were talking about the bed.
Yeah.
Sorry, the bed. Yeah, so the beings around her bed were mainly her guys, but there were times that was future versions of herself, including Vanessa now.
Oh my goodness. And why did the future version of herself now want to be there when she was a little girl at the foot of her bed?
Because this is what changed Vanessa's life a lot. When Vanessa learned Reiki, and she learned distance Reiki.
Okay.
That really changed Vanessa a lot, because she realized, wait a minute, from my present moment right now, I can go back into my past versions of me and assist them. So that's what she started doing. She went back from this present moment, and she went back in time to assist other the versions of herself from before, right? That weren't so evolved, that didn't know Reiki. So she was able to go back and assist herself from this now moment. And so some of that was future versions of Vanessa going back into her childhood to comfort her. It was mainly to comfort her so she wouldn't be so afraid.
Right.
Because, waking up and these beings are standing at your bed, it's kind of scary, but we wanted her to know that there's so much more going on. We wanted her to always be connected and remember the truth.
Okay.
Not fall, because Vanessa, she likes the game. We don't want her to get lost in the game.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, totally. Okay, then she asks about the 3 beings that told her life purpose back in 2019. She wants to know who were those 3 beings, and is that really her life purpose?
That is really her life's purpose.
And that was what again?
She is here to wake everybody up, and she used to would kind of force that on people.
Okay.
But she's learned that that's not the way to do it. Just be herself, and be her authentic self, and send that authenticity out into the world, and people are going to get curious about it. You know what I mean?
Right.
And so it is to wake everybody else up, and she's helped wake up so many people she doesn't even realize.
So who were the 3 beings?
God. So those were her guides, the 3 main ones that are always with her. And the reason, even now, me talking to her, and she's had this for a long time, her right ear sometimes kind of has this muffled kind of sound, and it's because our frequency when we talk to her is so grand.
Wow.
So powerful that it's the same feeling that she felt when those 3 beings talked to her.
Oh my goodness.
That high frequency coming in, it's the human body is so, it's such an intelligent piece of work, right? It is, but compared to our soul frequency, it's not, it can't hold it. You know what I mean? It's kind of, it can be overwhelming.
I gotcha. Well, we're doing a lot of changes, I think, with the physical body and our energetic bodies at this time, so that makes perfect sense.
100%.
So she says, flying above her house as a kid and the beings at the foot of her bed, which we just talked about, are they experiences, memories, or dreams?
Real.
Wow.
Yeah. She's always been traveling and very connected, and just she knows just a little percentage of how grand and how connected and how she's into a lot of different things. She's got her energy connected to many different timelines and many different dimensions, and she likes to play. It's fun. You know what I mean? it's all just for the involvement to learn more. You can't learn and experience and evolve. Like, you can't evolve if you don't, like, experience it yourself. You know what I mean? It's different than just reading it in a book. You got to go through it yourself, right?
Right.
And so Vanessa's really, she's really connected and has all these different experiences. So those were all real. Now, were they 100% real to herself in that moment? Maybe not. But they were real to her soul energy.
Oh my goodness.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's a beautiful way of looking at it.
Yeah. So it might not be 100% real in that moment that she remembered it as a kid, but in her soul energy, her greater part of her is completely real.
Okay. Thank you for that.
And that's true for most people.
Really?
Like, a lot of our experiences, it might not be completely 100% real in that moment that you might remember it. It's because, remember, it's all happening at the same time. You're connected to all of it at the same time.
Right.
So you're picking up glimpses from other parts of you, in other timelines, in other aspects of you, in other bodies. You're picking up. So yeah, it's all real. If you're experiencing it, it's real. Like, it's your experience.
I think that's very wise, very true.
Whether it's in the humans would call a dream or what, it's still your experience.
All right. Thank you for that.
Yeah.
All right. She's got a question about her grandmother's passing. She had felt that she had said goodbye to her grandma, wasn't really interested in seeing her at hospice, but then got the nudge at 10:30 at night to get to hospice.
Yeah, that was us.
And felt the presence of that being in the room with her grandmother just as her grandmother passed.
Mm-hmm.
Who came in that room to assist her grandma to the spirit side?
We feel that it was one of her grandmother's guides.
Okay.
It's not necessarily important for Vanessa to know who that being was. What was important for Vanessa is for us to confirm that what you've always felt and known is true and real. It's not quit denying that it's your experience. What you experience is real to you. It's your experience.
Okay.
Because technically, Suzanne, all this is made up anyway. Technically, it's all a dream anyway, right?
That's right.
So it's all just a dream.
It's all a game, right?
It's all a game and it's all a dream. But guess what? It's all real because you are having the experience.
Exactly.
So that's what's important for Vanessa to know.
Okay.
That your experience, Vanessa, is real.
Okay. She would like to know, what is her connection to Egypt, Lemuria, and Atlantis?
So she has, like we've already said, that, you know, she has ties to many different times and places, and she has had times in all of those places, and we've already kind of showed her a lot of those. The thing about it, and this is true for everybody, it is what aspect of you in what dimension can help you in that now moment.
Are you talking about parallel versions?
Yes. So, like, for instance, Vanessa in this now moment may need to connect with her, the aspect that has ties to Egypt. But tomorrow, that might not really, like, correlate with what she's going through. So she might need to kind of connect more with Atlantis. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So, Vanessa has connections with all those places, and she already kind of knew that. But what's important for her to know is not so much if she has the connection or not. What's important is her to know that whatever can help her right now in that now moment on her journey is what she needs to connect with. So if her experience in Lemuria can help assist her now, that's what she will just gravitate to.
Okay.
So that's going to really light her up reading about Lemuria, because she's connecting with that aspect that's in Lemuria.
Okay.
Because that's the part that can help her right now. But in next week, that aspect, she doesn't need that help, assistance. So next week, she may really be diving into Egypt. Well, it's because she is getting knowledge and information and energy and connection from her experiences in Egypt. at that time.
Nice.
And that's true for everybody.
I've often wondered when people feel like the pull to go to Egypt or somewhere else, or they absolutely don't want to go somewhere. Is that another aspect of them that
calling
had an experience there?
Yes.
Is having because everything's now?
It's like they're calling. It's like a beacon. They're calling out for you to come there. Same as Vanessa's Yurok tribe. That land and that energy of that is calling to Vanessa.
Okay.
So Egypt calls to you and to Sarah a lot. Calls to y'all, doesn't it?
Right, yes.
It's because there's knowledge there for y'all. Not just in this timeline, in this time frame, but from your past and other aspects of you in Egypt, not just in this 3D reality, but in other dimensions, Egypt exists too, right?
Right.
So you're connecting with that, and it's calling to your soul. It's your soul calling to you in this aspect, this body, to go there, to reclaim, to gain knowledge, to help you right now.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
And she feels like she'll be in Egypt at some point?
Yeah, we're like, it's calling to her, but there's other parts that kind of need to work out before she goes there.
Okay.
And, her friend Kristen went to Egypt, I think, a couple of years ago, and she did like a transmission for Vanessa. And that was kind of us starting the frequency to kind of help Vanessa, because it's going to be mind-blowing when she goes.
Oh,
the first time you went was mind-blowing, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah, so it's kind of like, whoa, like you kind of we have to kind of prepare y'all sometimes.
Right.
For these massive, like, downloads of information and knowledge. We have to kind of prepare you, and Vanessa's just not quite right there yet, but it's been calling to her. But there's more things in the forefront that she needs to kind of get in alignment with before we fully take her there. Her and Tamara both are going to go, yeah.
Oh, I love that. Okay.
Yeah, they're both going to go.
All right. Well, about maybe some questions that would help with that. She does ask, why haven't they found their dream house and land? What's the holdup? And are they meant to stay in Arkansas?
So, some of this is going to have to do with their free will. All right. Yes, we do want them to stay around the Hot Springs, kind of central Arkansas area. We want them to have a home base there. Okay?
Okay.
Now, does that mean that we want them to, like, stay there and never leave? Heck no. We do not want that. Vanessa and Tamara, they don't really fly on planes when they travel because we don't want them to. We want them to drive because they're working the grid lines.
Oh, my goodness.
Vanessa's already kind of knew this deep down, but like she's really going to know now. But they work the grid lines. When they drove up here, they brought to you, Suzanne, the crystal energy from, they live on top of one of the largest crystal deposits in the whole world in Jesseville, Arkansas. And she brought some of that energy to you without you even really knowing until now.
Wow, that's so cool. I appreciate that.
Yeah, so they bring that. They are centrally located in that area. They live on top of that.
So what is important for her to understand more deeply about the grids and the work that they do?
Well, they carry that energy with them. Wherever they travel, they're carrying that crystal energy, especially with them, everywhere they go. And what it's doing is they're like leaving like little breadcrumbs along their path. And those little breadcrumbs are energetic packages. And whoever's open to receive the energy package will pick it up. And it'll help wake more people up. They don't really understand what they're doing. That's why we want to send them on all these trips. And we always want them to drive. And that's why one of the reasons why we wanted them to get the camper, because now they have a house on wheels. Just pull the camper.
So, okay, then I just have a curiosity question.
Yeah, of course.
If they were to fly, do
It's
they
not the same.
still do the same?
You do, but it's not the same. Think of it like this. All right, think of the Air Force
Right?
and think of the Army.
Okay.
Now, both are effective. Both are effective, right?
Right.
But boots on the ground
Okay.
is going to like saturate it more than flying over it.
Oh,
Does that make sense?
That's
Boots on the ground is saturation,
okay.
and we want it saturated.
So
And that's why we send them a lot of times to one area multiple times a year.
okay.
Vanessa's already noticed this. Sometimes they'll go to like 2 or 3 Razorback games. They're working that grid line from Hot Springs to Fayetteville. Now, this trip, we wanted to go more north. We took them to from Hot Springs up to Fayetteville. Then a couple years ago, we took them all the way to Kansas City. Well, this trip, we took them all the way to Fayetteville, all the way to Kansas City, and now all the way to Des Moines, which is to you.
Wow.
This is the farthest north we've taken them on this particular grid line.
Wow. Well, Des Moines is very grateful to
Yes.
accept the grid work that they're doing. That's so beautiful. Thank you.
You're so welcome.
All right. Well, she has a few questions about her business. How can she grow and expand her Van Claire healing? And what's the most important thing for her to do soon?
She needs to focus on what she really wants to blossom. Her energy's kind of scattered, and I think she even mentioned this to you. Her energy is kind of scattered on so many different things. She's trying to do 100 things at once. All right?
Right.
So she needs to kind of focus on 1 or 2 things. If it's sound healing in YouTube, do that. If it's QHHT in YouTube, do that. If it's Reiki and sound healing, do that. Like, she needs to focus on 2 things, and like, that is her focus.
Do you see 2 things that you would recommend she focuses on particularly?
We want her to keep doing the sound healing at the yoga place. We do. That's only a once a month thing. That's not, honestly, Suzanne, that's not like creating a lot of like energy. Like, you know what I mean? That's not a whole lot of focus,
Okay.
because that is really helping us get the frequency out to the collective. We want her to keep doing the yoga place.
All right.
And she could do that on YouTube with her friend Brian, because that would help us get more out, right?
Right.
So the sound healing, we do want her to focus on. The Reiki, honestly, if a client comes to her for that, that's completely fine. But Vanessa, honestly, needs to use the Reiki more for herself.
Oh, tell her why.
Well, she's already kind of doing this. She ran distance Reiki into today, that y'all would have a good session, and that everything everything would go in her highest good, like for her highest good. So she uses it a lot already for herself. But so we really want her to use the Reiki for herself.
Okay.
Like, she can send Reiki. She hadn't really done this, but we're going to tell her. She hasn't really sent Reiki and done like the energy for like her business. She's never done that. And why hasn't she?
Oh, that's a great idea.
She's never done that. Why not? She's done it to her QHHT sessions, like to her and the client,
Right.
so they have a good. But she's never really done it to her business.
If she were to do that, how would that change or shift things?
It would help so much. Oh my God! And that's what we want her to use. We want her to use the Reiki for herself.
Okay.
Not so much for, like, she can use it like for her sessions, like to send distance Reiki into the future to have a good session and to help the client in the best way and that kind of stuff.
Right.
But not so much as laying hands on clients for Reiki.
Okay.
That's not the focus. So we do want her still to do the sound healing. She needs to keep doing the YouTube, because she's having these spurts of growth on there, but then it'll kind of get stagnant. This is what it's like. It's like you're trying to start a car and it's like sputtering. It's because the energy is trying to start it up, but then she'll put all this effort into something, but then if she doesn't see the results, she kind of sputters out like a car, like.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
So we want her to still do the YouTube. We still want her to do the sound healing and do that on YouTube too. Reiki, mainly used for yourself. We do definitely want her to still do the QHHT, but she needs to look at it like you look at it, Suzanne. Look at it like you look at it. So maybe at some point before she leaves, you tell her how you look at it. And you see, I'm pointing at you because we want her to be more like you and the way you approach. The way you approach it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Can you help her in that way?
Yeah. I just get so excited to meet everybody and to hear their stories and to assist them. And, it's just every session is different. So it's an honor. I view it as an honor.
Yes, thank you so much. And we're not saying Vanessa's doing it wrong.
No.
We're not saying that at all. So we don't want her to feel ashamed.
And she doesn't have to be a carbon copy.
No. We don't want her. We want her to be her unique self, but it's the way you go about it is what we want her to look at. And, that's pretty much all we're going to say. So we want her to still do the QHHT. She can do the coaching. That coaching is going to be more of like a, what's the word? Like a secondary byproduct of everything else. Like
a support?
Yes, it's a supportive role. She's going to use her coaching as a way to support her clients and to help kind of support the business more. She opened her eyes.
Yeah, that's okay.
More to support the business. I think it's because she's starting to move her body more.
Okay.
She's got to pee, but she doesn't want to get up.
Okay, well, we're almost done.
Okay, but I think that's part of it. She's starting to kind of get uncomfortable, so and that's why she's moving her body. I'm still very much here.
Okay.
But I think that's why.
Okay.
You've experienced that before. She has with other clients.
Yeah, and we can take that sensation and just tap it down a little bit.
Thank you. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah, she can't feel it as much. No,
okay,
thank you.
Good. All right. She asks, what's the biggest block or blind spot that is holding her back from living her dream life?
Not trusting when we show you the dream life, like last night. Not trusting. We're showing you what you can have, but then you're like, oh, my God, I can't believe this. You're here with Suzanne Spooner, the top practitioner. It's true. You can do this. So she needs to trust what we're showing her. And then when she's not seeing it, she needs to trust what she feels inside.
Okay. She can do that, can't she?
Yeah, it's all about trusting. We're trying to not test her in a negative way. We're trying to test her if she can handle this.
Okay, understand.
And
kind of like her eyesight, if she can accept it.
Do you see the current theme?
Yeah, trust.
Trust.
Okay.
She trusts more than most humans. She does. Because she couldn't do what she does if she didn't, right?
Right.
She does trust, but in order to fulfill what she's set out to do in this life, we need a deeper trust from her. So we are testing her to see if she's going to be able to hold the trust so that we can send her everything that she dreams of and that she knows is within her, like it's here.
And when she does that, all of this comes to fruition.
It'll all be in alignment. It'll be finally attuned and balanced.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
It's just a matter of trust. Trust both sides, trust it all. When we're showing you the dream life like last night and you're here with Suzanne, trust it. This is real, Vanessa.
Well, this goes right into her next question, which I think you just answered, but if there's more, tell us. What's the most important thing that she needs to know right now?
I know she likes to look back and think that she could have made better decisions or she should have done this, could have done this, and all this stuff. Vanessa, it all had to happen exactly like it happened to get you to this place. All of the things you went through, all the good, bad, and ugly, it all was all in divine timing, at the exact right moment. You know that, the exact right moment. We've shown you the exact right moment, what that feels like. So we don't want you to look back on things with regret or look back and think, I should have left Jennifer sooner, or I should have went to medical school, or I should have, because when you do that, you're looking back on your past and you're feeding that lower frequency energy. And all it's doing is affecting you in the present moment, because just like you send distance Reiki in the past and in the future, when you do that negative shit that you do sometimes, pardon our French, Suzanne, but we're trying to kind of not get on to her, but she needs to really understand this, Suzanne. When she looks back on things in a lower frequency energy, it's affecting her now,
Okay.
right?
That'd be for everybody, right?
A lot of these messages are for everybody. Okay? It's universal knowing, right? Universal truth.
Right.
So when you look back on your past, look back with gratefulness. I had to go through that crap to get to where I am, and I'm so thankful I did.
Oh my goodness, that changes everything.
Everything. And when you look to the future, look at it from your present moment also with gratefulness that you're creating you're creating it now, and you just might experience it later down the road, but really you're feeling and experiencing it now. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Because it's all from the now moment.
Right.
So that's something that she really needs to be more aware of.
Right. Okay, that's
Is
beautiful.
to not look back on anything.
That's really freeing.
It's very freeing, and that's one of the things Vanessa's always after: freedom, freedom, freedom. That's why she wants more abundance. It has nothing to do with a fancy car or nothing. She didn't care about that stuff. She wants to be free. She wants to be free to order whatever she wants, like she did last night at that nice, expensive. You've been there. She's not used to eating like that, Suzanne.
It's a beautiful restaurant.
Yeah, but she's not used to somebody pouring your water out of that Fiji water thing.
Yeah.
And they had that little crumb thing. She was like, what the hell? What's going on? You know what I'm saying? She's used to, she's not used to that kind of.
Right. I understand.
Yeah.
But she could be.
She experienced it
worthy of
last
it.
night.
Right.
I mean, it's real. She freaking experienced it right now. But so we got to get her. We got to get her out of that old
Paradigm?
Yes. It's still, and it tries to keep a hold of her because it's trying to keep her safe.
Okay.
That's the only reason. It's just trying to keep her safe. It's because it's familiar. I mean,
Why people stay in negative patterns.
yes, it's because it feels familiar.
Right.
And so she knows this, and she's already been doing a really good job at stepping into the unknown. And every time she steps into the unknown, she feels so free.
Aw.
She knows what it feels like. She does.
Right.
Last night was the unknown, and she liked it, but it was a little scary too. So we want her to step into that unknown without fear.
Perfect.
And how does she do that? Fully trusting us, laying on us, resting on us. That's where you have no fear.
Okay. Beautiful. Wow. Okay. Well, we're about at the end. Oh my goodness, this has been such an amazing.
She didn't even go to a
session.
past life.
Well, that was going to be my next question. She might feel bummed out because she didn't see
She
that.
already kind of knew that it was going to be me the whole time.
You jumped in so fast.
Yeah.
Even before we got through the whole story.
Beautiful story, a beautiful place. Yeah,
But that was meant to be, right?
yeah. She already knew that. She deep down already knew that I was going to take over, and she told me I could take over. So that's what I did.
Well, you did perfect. Oh my goodness. How's it been for you?
It's been amazing. She's really gonna. She knows what I sound like and feel like.
Right.
Because she does connect with me. She does, Suzanne. And so it's just going to be different for her to really hear me and to hear the tone and the frequency,
Right.
more empowering. And she channels me already. So it's going to feel familiar. So she didn't need to let her ego conscious mind think, because it's going to feel familiar.
Right.
Because I am always right here.
Right. What is it like for you when I received you back to where you came? You're here all the time anyways.
Yeah.
But is there a shift for you when that happens or not?
So right now I'm in the driver's seat.
Right.
I got the steering wheel and I'm in control, even of the physical body.
Right.
And so I'm just going to go back to the back seat like her mom did.
Okay. Oh, that makes perfect sense. But you could share the front seat with her
Yes.
anytime.
Yeah. So yeah, that's what it feels like. I'm in the driver's seat right now, and when you received me, I sit back in the back seat.
Wow.
But then at any time Vanessa or anybody, not just Vanessa, but anybody wants their higher self, you just ask them to sit. Either they can sit beside you.
Right.
And if you really want to give them. And you really want to trust completely, you let them drive. Vanessa lets me drive when I do sound baths.
Okay.
And you hear I say I, and I'm talking about Vanessa's higher self, not Vanessa, I.
Right.
As in, her higher consciousness, I do the sound baths. It's not Vanessa.
And she's aware of that.
She's very much aware. So she's letting me drive.
I love that.
Okay, so there's multiple ways. Like I can be in the back seat. Hell, I can be in the trunk too. I'm in the trunk of some people. All right, I'm in the trunk. I ain't even in the car of some people. I mean, I am, but you know what I mean. For funnies, we'll talk about. You know what I mean?
Right.
For funnies, we'll say I'm in the trunk, but for most people, I'm in the back seat. And then if you want me to ride along with you as a supportive, I'll ride in the passenger seat with you, and you drive. But if you want to really have a magical dream life and really trust, you let me drive. You let me drive the vessel, and that's really where the magic happens.
Oh my God.
That is where the abundance comes in. That's where all the magic comes in. You want a dream life? This goes for everybody. If you want a dream life, you let your higher self drive the car.
I love that. Oh my gosh, that's so great. Oh, you're so wonderful. Thank you for that.
You're so welcome. I guess I'm getting the back seat now.
Well, gosh. Is there anything else that she didn't ask that you wish she would have?
Her and Tamara are meant to stay they're always going to be together.
Okay. That's
kind of like, she wonders sometimes if you know, like, did she make the right decision, or like, especially when her and the kids ain't, like, they might get in a little tiff. There's no one that Vanessa and Tamara are meant to be with in this life.
okay.
Like, that's kind of been in her mind the last, like, after her and Nathan got into it. She's like, maybe we're be better off. No, that is her familiar crap wanting to run. She knows, because this is a very healing marriage on all sides, right? They're meant to be in this space together because they're evolving together.
Wow.
As divine souls. Like, they can read each other's minds, because honestly, if you were to talk to Tamara's higher self, you'd be talking to me. You see what I mean? Like, it's the same.
Right.
And so Tamara doesn't fully probably grasp that, but Vanessa kind of does a little bit more. So, I mean, does that make sense?
That makes perfect sense.
Like, there's nowhere you're going to go. Like, you're going to be together in this time and place until y'all both cross over to the other side.
Wow. All right. Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Just out of curiosity, do you have any information about that 3-eye atlas?
I had a feeling that you were going to ask me about that, and it also kind of planted the seed for Vanessa, because your video popped up a week or so ago.
Right.
It popped up in her awareness because we sent it. We wanted her to see it, and so she watched it. And it is definitely here for humanity. It is making people wonder if there's more out there, and well, of course there is. So it's going to help humanity evolve our consciousness and the energy of it, kind of like the other higher self. I mean, it's all us. It's kind of the same thing, that it is helping people evolve, and the energy from it is going to help raise our level of frequency also.
So what will that be experienced like for people on Earth?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, isn't it the closest to the sun right around this time?
Right.
Okay, so that's why a lot of people on Earth, including Vanessa for sure, has been kind of going through a lot of healing lately. Like, her physical body's kind of been in more discomfort, and she doesn't normally hurt,
Right.
but we're helping to clear a lot of stuff, and that energy from that vessel is doing that. So that's why a lot of people are it's chaos right now.
Okay.
And it's because it's helping anything that's in a lower density is gonna, like, have to come up, right?
Okay.
And so, that
So we're kind of in the healing phases.
yes,
Of
what's to come, right? So we're kind of getting prepared now for when it gets closer to Earth.
And then what do you think it'll be like?
Well, honestly, Suzanne, it's going to depend on what frequency you're vibing at.
Right.
So for those that are kind of in the fear mode, that, you know, a lot of the people are in fear mode with everything's negative, right? They're in all that hating and separation and all these things. Those folks are going to experience more of that.
Okay.
Because that energy from that 3-eye atlas is going to amplify whatever frequency you're at.
Okay, that makes sense.
So if you're at the lower, you're going to experience more chaos and more of that. If you're higher, like you and Vanessa are, then you're going to experience more of that. It's more like an amplifier, kind of.
I understand.
We're using it as an amplifier to really see where humanity is right now. That's kind of what we're using it as, kind of like a gauge, a little bit.
So,
It's being used in multiple ways.
do you think its purpose will become clear to humanity as it comes closer?
For those that are awake, like y'all, yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, such exciting times.
It is. It is. Everything has a purpose.
I love
And
it.
it's all for your evolvement.
Right.
Always. It's always for your highest good. Always.
And even the people that are in the fear mode, that's what their soul probably needs to experience, I would think.
It needs to kind of bubble up to the surface so that they can be like, so they can make a more of a conscious choice, like, I need to choose a different way.
Oh, I love
So it's all in, like Vanessa, it's your free will. What are you choosing? What are you consciously choosing?
Right.
And if they're stuck in the fear mode, like Vanessa's been stuck in the mud, in the past,
Right.
you got to choose something different. And so if we have to make you so damn uncomfortable and have to experience all this chaos to wake your ass up, then so be it.
Okay.
It's your choice. It's your choice. Does that make sense? It's your choice.
I got it. Oh my gosh. Thank you for that. I hope you didn't mind.
No, of course not. Do you have anything else?
No.
No, we're doing completely fine.
Yeah, no, I think, oh gosh. No, it has just been so much fun to sit with you here today. And I love that you came through so quickly. And she's just such a beautiful soul. And it's an honor to assist her in this way. I know she had to wait a while to get in for this appointment, but I have to know that the timing is absolutely perfect for her today to have this session.
Yes, she wasn't ready before now.
Okay.
She wouldn't be able to receive all of this like she is now.
Okay. She's ready.
She's ready.
All right. Gosh. All right. Do you have a final message you would like to give this beautiful soul before I bring her back up?
Just keep trusting us and let us at least drive, or at least ride in the passenger seat.
Yes.
But we can drive too. If you really want magic, we'll drive.
That's such a beautiful and powerful analogy.
And we're kind of telling her, because that's kind of how her mom was. And, her mom, when she crossed the spirit side, she wasn't in that vessel anymore.
Right.
She wasn't in that vehicle. She went to the back seat.
Right.
So we're using that to kind of help Vanessa really grasp what we're saying.
Right.
And we can sit in the trunk, we can sit in the back seat, we can sit in the passenger seat, or we can drive. It's your choice because you have free will.
Right. Okay.
If you want magic, abundance, dream life, we'll drive.
Okay.
Because we know. We have the greater perspective, the grander puzzle. We can see all the pieces y'all can't see.
Right. Oh my goodness. You are a blessing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Suzanne.